When your waistline is smaller, your brain is bigger. So the bigger your waistline, the smaller your brain. Have you ever been abused by someone who called you stupid or said you had no common sense? Want to get revenge? Not through violence, but through massive success? How? Success. It's the best revenge. Tastes like money. You're worth it. I like big brains and I cannot lie. And here's the truth. Smaller gut, bigger brain. Bigger brain, bigger bank. Holla! You are worth it. Your future self, your happier, smarter, more emotionally controlled, wealthier self is already inside of you. Every inch you lose off your waist gets you closer. Start small, one salad at a time. You see this picture right here? You see this picture of this big lady? I lost over 250 pounds. But I didn't just lose the weight. I gained my brain and emotional control back. I could finally think clearly. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone, right? I can see all obstacles in my way. I could finally think clearly, stay calm, and dream again. I believed in myself again. I wanted to become a great businesswoman and eventually the best wife ever. I was tired of being bullied by people who claimed they care about me, they love me. I wanted a better quality of people in my life, people like you. Bless the Lord at all times. Thank you, Jesus. They can no longer call me stupid, ugly, or fat. God was showing me that I was made for more. And now I'm showing you. You are worth it. I'm Liberty, founder of I'm Worth It Incorporated. My mission is to become financially free and teach you how to do it while healing from trauma. I'm a trauma thriver, and I want you to thrive and help you get over your trauma as well. Because when we don't rely on a job, a partner, our family, or the government for money, we become immune to abuse. And I believe that many people, just like you, suffer with 9 to 5 jobs. You got a what? A job? How long you had that problem, right? I believe many people, just like you, suffer with 9 to 5 jobs that make you want to kill yourself because you want your freedom from toxic, abusive people in your family or other people who have abused you in your life because you're just so afraid of that type of unpredictability in your life again. That paycheck, that place where you live, even if you share a place with roommates or family or whoever it is, you're not happy. But it gives you a sense of safety, predictability, and control in your life that you always wanted. Am I right? Well, you're worth it. And we can escape this poverty's prison together. Okay? You're worth it. At over 350 pounds, I thought I had a willpower problem. But really, my brain was inflamed and I was trying to heal from trauma. I was really carrying so much trauma inside of my soul and came out on my body because it was just too painful to unpack that trauma at the time for me. When I began to heal and release that pain, I got my brain back and my emotional control and self-worth followed. After that, the only thing holding me back was guilt, feeling that I had to be around certain people because they love me or because they're family or friends, whatever, whoever, right? So I had to leave the familiar so I could have more of God's favor. Holla, I'm worth it. And you're worth it. I'll drop the links below to a bunch of episodes that I've made about guilt and how to overcome in the description. And by the way, if you look at this screen, you click that QR right there, that is a playlist of how I lost 250 pounds and how you can do it as well. I also have gluten-free recipes on the channel, all kinds of stuff. Okay. And check out my Thrive Market affiliate. Every Thrive membership gives a free, when you purchase a membership from Thrive, they give a free membership to someone in need, even if it's somebody with low income that has food stamps, or a veteran like myself, or it's an elderly person, whoever, right? Every time you purchase, I don't know anybody that does that. Amazon doesn't do it. By the way, Thrive Markets, their customer service is a billion times better than Amazon. And you can bank on that. I love this market. So check out Thrive Market. They have many things, omega-3s. We'll talk about that in a minute, but they have a lot of things that will help you heal your brain, and they're sourced from the best ingredients from the best companies on Thrive Market. Okay. ThriveMarket.com/liberty to get $60 in free groceries and 30% off. Anyway, I wanted to help you heal your brain, and I want to help you heal your relationships and your bank, help you build your business, something huge. Okay. All right. So check it out. Don't let guilt hold you back. Okay. Don't let family or so-called love hold you back. You'll see who loves you when you have a big celebration or a big challenge. You already know the people that really don't care about you and they don't have the capacity, even if it's your family, you already know who they are. Whoever that person is, that relationship or relationships, you know who they are. And I'm not going to preach to you on that. Okay. But you're worth it. So get away from people, or they're going to just kill you're going to waste all your time, kill your soul, and just not go anywhere just like them. Okay. You're worth it. And you can help them, but only if you leave. So let's get into the science. Okay. Your amygdala, which is responsible for your self-control, focus, muscle function, sensory perception. This is what I found about the amygdala on PubMed. I'm going to read this quote right now, verbatim. The amygdala plays a crucial role in both decision-making and self-control, particularly in emotional context. It's involved in processing emotional stimuli and triggering autonomic responses, which can influence decisions, especially those involving reward and punishment. Additionally, it helps regulate the fight or flight response and can interfere with rational thinking and self-regulation during stressful moments. Now, if you're like me and you're healing from trauma, then you already know that fight or flight is something like you're constantly on that roller coaster of fear. You feel anxious all the time. You're running away all the time. You're running from relationships. You're not answering text messages. You're ghosting people, right? You're doing all these things. You're just running all the time, and you just feel like you're on this hamster wheel and you just can't get out. You're trapped, right? Okay. And your body's you just feel like crap, right? So, and the crazy thing is you waste all that emotional energy all day long, and then you get nothing done because all you ever do is just run away all the time. And or you might have some fights with people, and because you don't even know what's going on, but you're fighting emotionally and verbally with people. So but okay, well, let's check this out. So this is how you can help heal your amygdala. You can help. A big part of that is through food, exercise, right? And other self-care. But we're going to talk about this. Check it out. I'm going to give you a quick disclaimer. This next part includes short clips from my friend Sean Stevenson's podcast on YouTube, and it's used for educational commentary purposes. I'm including the links and timestamps below so you can dive deeper into this, because this research has changed my life, okay? And it's going to change your life. Now, check this clip out right here. Sean is a health expert and host of the Model Health Show, and he explains how belly fat literally shrinks your brain. It messes with your gray matter in your amygdala.
And number 2 on our list of things that are clinically proven to shrink our brains is carrying excessive amounts of belly fat. A brand new study that was published in the journal Neurology found that as the size of our waist gets bigger, the size of our brain tends to get smaller. Specifically, they found that the gray matter of our brains shrinks considerably as we're packing on more belly fat. The authors of this study noted that this area of our brain that's getting shrunk is responsible for things like self-control, muscle function, and sensory perception. These things are kind of important if we're going to be living and thriving in the world. Now, again, as our waist size expands, the size of our brain shrinks. Now, let's take a peek behind the curtain and see what's going on here and what can be the mechanism making this happen. Well, scientists at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine reported that inflammation in the brain and belly fat are intimately connected. They reported that as our waist is expanding, as we start to grow excessive body fat, that can lead to more brain inflammation. And inflammation in our brain, as the researchers indicate, can actually cause metabolic dysfunction, leading to excessive body fat growth. So it can become this vicious circle. Specifically, the authors noted that it's hypothalamic inflammation. So this is inflammation rooted in the hypothalamus, which is often considered to be a master gland in the human body. Now, why is this so important? Because the hypothalamus is an integration spot in our bodies for our endocrine system, our system of hormones, and our nervous system, right? So what is allowing us to modulate and monitor the environment, both internally and externally. So these are marrying each other. The data is in the hypothalamus. This is why it's so important. And this getting set ablaze can start to cause all of this downstream stuff to happen, right? It can create a wildfire in the body. And so if we're looking at what is a potential mechanism here as to why the brain is shrinking, and it has a lot to do with inflammation. Now, what's one simple thing that we can do to help to supplant this issue? Well, we know that, again, excessive belly fat is leading to inflammation in the brain. Inflammation in the brain can lead to excessive belly fat. We need to put the fire out, all right? So start to heal a spot in that vicious circle so that it's no longer a vicious circle. And one of the things that has been found to actually help to reduce neuroinflammation and repair this communication is rooted in a time-honored fat as well. Researchers at Auburn University found that oleocanthal-rich extra virgin olive oil is one of the few foods ever discovered that can help to reduce brain inflammation and also repair the blood-brain barrier that is degraded through our modern diet and lifestyle. So there's something really remarkable about olive oil.
You can dive deeper into that research. I just wanted to share that with you because Sean already did the research and I was just like blown away by this. I really love science. I like big brains and I cannot lie. The biggest thing is if somebody says I'm smart, you got my heart. I want to be smart because those people who abuse me, who love me, those people, they call me stupid and it hurt. So, but I always want to be smart. We'll talk about that more, but if you watch those clips, he talks about, it's almost an hour-long episode, and he talks about different like omega-3s and things like that, like because your brain is made of mostly a big portion of your brain is made of fat. So you need omega-3s. I know right now I'm locking in omega-3s, but if you go to my Thrive affiliate, they actually sell a lot of really good sustainable seafood. They sell salmon, which is one of the biggest sources, and you can get salmon on with my Thrive membership, or even if you get a free one, you can still get the salmon on there, and it's got the best ingredients, like I said, and not only that, but it tastes delicious too. I think it tastes good because it's just so clean. This is a short clip that I want you to see from Sean right here about brain and dehydration.
And so just understanding we are water-based beings, and water is critically important to maintaining the structural integrity of our brain and also our cognitive performance as well. Because good news in that study, they found that proper rehydration, keyword proper, I'm going to talk about that, is able to rapidly restore our brain volume. Now let's talk about the cognitive decline that can happen, again, just as a result of dehydration. A recent study that was cited in Medicine and Science and Sports and Exercise found that just a 2% drop in your body's baseline hydration levels can lead to impairment in tasks requiring attention, motor coordination, and executive function, which this includes things like grammatical reasoning, proofreading, mental math. All right, that's already hard enough. But when we're dehydrated, we start to lose the capacity to make executive decisions, executive functions. And this is also leaning towards, if we're talking about our choices in life, our executive function helps with decision making, from distinguishing between right and wrong, for social control. When we're dehydrated, it's a time where we're much more likely to make a poor quality food choice. And so again, this is just getting back to
That's true.
why water matters so much. It just really helps to keep the lights on. It helps to make everything work better.
All right, now you saw what Sean said. Well, he also talks about alcohol and drinking alcohol, how that can impair and mess up your brain too. So I advise you just watch that whole episode, and it's going to be in the links below in the description, okay? But that really hit me hard. Even after I quit alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, mental health meds, and all meds, including over-the-counter. I don't even take immunizations, nothing. But even after I dropped the weight and quit all those addictions and things, I was still struggling mentally and emotionally because, again, I hadn't really started my healing from the trauma. I didn't really talk about the rape. I was raped as a child and all these things that happened. So, and physically abused as well. And then I had this physical abuse from a partner, and it was great. Like, just so much crap. I just had really bad people around me. But even after I lost the weight, I was still struggling mentally and emotionally. And after I lost the weight and quit drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, all that stuff, I was struggling mentally and emotionally. And because then I had to start healing from the trauma. But I was not emotionally intelligent. I was not self-aware like I am now. And thank God, and I had to get away from all those people all the way to California, right? And I joke, but seriously, like, it really helps. But I used to blurt out rude things, and I took everything personally because I was still struggling, and I was always angry because all of that trauma was below the surface. I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't drinking enough water, and like I said, around the wrong people. I was always anxious, depressed, couldn't focus, couldn't sleep. I couldn't think straight, and that made it harder to get away from the toxic people who were hurting me. I used to think that other people were out to hurt me too, even strangers. But really, my brain was inflamed, and inflamed brains don't build empires, because you can't build an empire by yourself. You need people, right? Even if you're around people that are poor financially, they're usually poor spiritually, right? And even if you're around them, you could still be the lighthouse, okay? Be the change you wish to see in the world, and eat the change you wish to see in the world. Again, please go to Thrive Market, check out my links. It's really going to help you out, okay? I love them. Their customer service, numero uno. ThriveMarket.com/liberty to get $60 in free groceries and 30% off. I want to be clear, okay? I want to let you know that if everything's about you, then your paycheck is doomed. Nobody's going to want to help you if you're rude. And even if you're not rude, but if you don't acknowledge other people and say nice things to them, go out of your way to say what's in your heart and show them love and be grateful for them and everything that they do, even if it's just something really, really tiny, right? Just for being nice to you, being kind to you. We'll talk about nice. I don't like that word. We'll talk later. But so here, start with your food. That's the easiest thing. Start with your food. I'm not even going to tell you to work out right now. We'll talk about that later. But poor food equals poor self-control, and poor self-control, poor social control, poor emotional control equals poor income, okay? You want to rise? Start with your gut. Your gut controls your brain, your mood, and your money. Holla, you're worth it. Listen, I love the people that I had to leave behind, but I couldn't let them drown me anymore. If you don't heal from your own wounds, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you. I can't empower you to heal if I keep letting others tear open my wounds. I had to become the lighthouse, not the tugboat, trying to pull everyone with me on this journey. My mission in life is to save you from my scars. My childhood, my young adult life, all the scars that I've incurred in my business. My life only means something if I can use all the trauma and all the challenges that God allowed in my life to transform your life faster and easier. I live for you. You are worth it. And I say this from a platform of love, not a pedestal. I'm not any better than you. I just want you to know, if you're not ready to heal, if you want to keep your excuses, the poverty, the pain of not having your time and money freedom to have a better life surrounded by better quality people, you're still worthy, but you're not ready. And when you are, I welcome you with open arms. I welcome you with open arms. Okay, I'm not trying to be the greatest singer right now, but I thought that was kind of funny, lighten up a really tough moment that I had to share. I want to say something to my friend Sean. Sean, if you see this, I'm reaching out and I want you to know that your work saves lives, and I'm with you. Let's keep healing our communities, one soul, one salad, one friendship at a time. You are worth it. I really appreciate you, my brother. God bless you. Final thoughts. Like Jerry Springer, my final thoughts. Okay. I didn't want to become like the people who hurt me, broke, bitter, only known by the small circle of people just like them. And I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. Like Jay-Z said, right? That's one of my big memes. I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. And I can't lift victims who want to stay victims. They'll only drag me down and drown me. So I'm here for you. I had to grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually, socially, and yes, financially. That's true freedom. That's the billionaire mindset. So be your own best friend and your own biggest cheerleader, because sometimes there's nobody there except you and God. In this world, don't we have enough haters? Do you want to stand in your own hater line? You want to be your own hater? No, love yourself, okay? Cheer yourself on, right? You're worth it. Now, check out my links on the screen. Click that QR, watch the playlist. You want to lose weight, or if you just want to be healthier mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually, physically, and financially, check that out. And please check out my Thrive Market link right there on the screen. If I could end rape, molestation, physical violence, all those things, any type of abuse towards children or towards anybody, but I would want to stop it before it ever started. You know, that's my goal. That's why I want to have my free food restaurants too. We'll talk about that later. Check out Thrive Market, give the charity. ThriveMarket.com/liberty to get $60 in free groceries and 30% off. That's Thrive Market. ThriveMarket.com/LIBERTY. Good food, good mood on Liberties YouTube. Good food, good mood on Liberties YouTube. I love you so much. My name is Liberty, and I want you to know that you are worth it. When your waistline is smaller, your brain is bigger. So the bigger your waistline, the smaller your brain.